My name is Patricia, and I'm 25 years old. Today is supposed to be my wedding day. Everything is prepared. The flowers are arranged, the guests are waiting, and the church is ready. People keep messaging me, asking if I'm excited, if I'm on my way, telling me how lucky I am. I reply with yes to everything, but something feels wrong inside. Shouldn't I feel happy right now? Isn't this meant to be the most wonderful day of my life? I keep telling myself that all brides feel nervous, but I wonder if that's really true. Justin is a good man. He's always treated me kindly, told me I'm beautiful, and made plans for our future together. He talks about traveling the world and having children someday. I know I should feel grateful. Many women would love to have what I have, a man who's ready to commit, a stable life ahead, no games or uncertainty. But something in my heart doesn't feel right, and I can't ignore it anymore. Everyone around me says Justin is perfect. My parents are thrilled. They tell me he'll take care of me, that he has a wonderful career, that we'll have a good life together. I agreed to everything without questioning. I saw how happy it made my family, and I thought that was enough. When Justin first told me he loved me, I smiled but couldn't say it back. I cared about him, but I didn't feel the same way. I convinced myself that love would grow with time, that feelings would come eventually. Now I'm not so sure. The car is waiting outside. My mother keeps calling, saying it's time to leave. My dress hangs ready, but my mind is still racing with doubts. Last week we had a small argument about the wedding cake. I wanted something simple and meaningful, but Justin insisted on something expensive and impressive. I gave in like I always do. He enjoys making decisions and planning everything perfectly. I've let him lead our relationship without speaking up about what I truly want. Now I wonder why I've stayed silent for so long. Justin provides everything except the one thing that matters most. He never asks how I really feel. He remembers birthdays, buys thoughtful gifts, and plans romantic vacations. But he assumes I'm happy because I smile. Smiling is easy. Feeling genuine love is something entirely different. A few days ago, I confessed my doubts to my best friend. She looked at me seriously and said it was normal to feel scared. When I asked what would happen if I married him and regretted it later, she simply said I shouldn't marry him then. But the situation isn't that simple. Canceling now means disappointing everyone, wasting money, breaking hearts. Yet saying yes might mean destroying my own heart forever. My phone rings again. It's Justin. He rarely calls before important events, so my heart races as I answer. His voice is calm when he asks if I'm okay. I tell him honestly that I don't know. Then he says something that shocks me completely. He tells me I don't have to come if I'm not sure. He'll understand. I ask him what he means. Barely able to speak, Justin explains that he's noticed the doubt in my eyes for weeks now. He hoped it was just wedding stress or fear that would pass, or perhaps that I'd learn to love him eventually. But then he says something that breaks me. He doesn't want me to learn to love him. He wants me to truly feel it. I'm speechless. He knew all along and still wanted to marry me. Why didn't he say anything sooner? Justin continues, saying that he loves me, but real love isn't about control or silence or fear. Maybe he's not the right person for me after all. He tells me I can still come to the church and we'll go through with the wedding. But if I choose not to come, he won't chase me or hate me. He'll simply let me go. The call ends before I can find words to respond. Moments later, another message arrives from Justin. He writes that he knew I was having doubts and felt my silence growing between us. He almost cancelled the wedding himself, but everyone kept insisting we were perfect together, so he kept moving forward. But maybe we're not truly in love. Maybe we're both just terrified of being alone. Reading his words, I finally understand. I'm not crazy or selfish or cruel. We've both been pretending, smiling for photographs and saying sweet things while living a beautiful lie. I pick up my phone with steady hands and write back to Justin. I thank him for his honesty and tell him he was right. I don't want to keep pretending anymore. I wish him peace and the kind of real love we both deserve. He already knew I wouldn't come. Perhaps he was hoping I'd surprise him, or maybe he was testing whether I'd finally be honest. Either way, we both wanted the same thing: truth. My mother doesn't knock on my door again. She doesn't call anymore. Maybe she already knows, or perhaps Justin told her. I think about all the people waiting at the church, the expensive decorations, the guests dressed in their finest clothes. They'll talk about me. They'll call me selfish. Some will understand, others won't. But they won't live my life. Only I will. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is walk away. Sometimes courage isn't about keeping promises. It's about being honest, even when it shatters everything around you. I'm not walking toward a wedding today. I'm walking toward myself, toward a life where my heart can finally speak freely, toward the truth I should have faced long ago.